Hi there. First of all, I want to thank you for taking an interest in the Coaching Masters in the first place. So thank you for giving up some of your time to have a chat with me and to take a look at this video and to see what we're all about and how we can help. But what I want to essentially show in this quick video is how we, as the Coaching Masters, can accelerate your results as a coach, consultant, trainer, or whatnot. So you probably already know this, but what we do is we take people that run personal brands, run businesses through their personal brands, and we put processes in place to make sure that they accelerate those and get the best results out of those. Whether that's through social media, whether that's through mindset coaching, whether that's through using clever online digital marketing strategies like sales funnels, sales processes, automation, and things like that. We have the whole package, included together to make sure that you benefit from everything from A to Z, essentially. So what I wanted to do today is to walk you through the more tangible, the actual things that you would be getting in terms of the websites, the funnels, and I'm going to explain all that. So the actual things you can get your hands on, not physically, but things that are actually going to be working for you, as opposed to sort of the things that are in the background mindset and things like that. Right, so hopefully my window's been minimized and I'm now in the corner, but the main screen is occupied by the tangible things I'm walking you through now. So as you can see here, what we have in front of us is a funnel. Now, if you don't know what a funnel is, I'm going to walk you through it right now. So the first thing that we do when we start to work together is we sit down and we define how you want to position yourself and who you want to work with. That means asking questions like, who are your target market? Who do you want to provide services and coaching, training, consulting for? And how we're going to reach those people, because that's ultimately what it all comes down to. You can have a great product, but ultimately if there's no market for it, no one's going to buy it. So we need to decide what you're good at, what you want to achieve, and how we're going to find those people. So right from the top, we decide on a strategy, usually encompassing social media. So what we do is we do a whole social media overhaul. I'm going to show you the tangible things like designs and graphics and things like that. So with the social media overhaul, we see what's wrong with your social media right now, why you're not reaching those people that you need to be reaching, and what we can do to make that right. So the funnel takes people sort of 3 different stages. So as you can see, we start with the social media, and the 4 different stages are free ebook, free group, discovery session, and then one-to-one coaching. So this is someone's particular funnel. It's a client, Gary, that we're working with right now. None of this stuff's actually launched yet. That's why I've sort of blacked out a few names here and there. But this is an actual funnel that's in the works, and it's already proven to bring in results. So the first stage of that funnel is downloading a free ebook. So that's what we call a lead magnet. So a lead magnet is something that we give away to the prospect for free in order for them to understand what kind of value we can give. And then in return, what they provide is some information, usually an email, or they get put into a messenger list. And I'm going to walk you through that as well. So what that essentially is we get the client to write usually top 5, top 10 tips on the specific area that they're most comfortable with. So if you help people, live a healthier lifestyle via healthy eating, you write top 10 tips to a healthy lifestyle via healthy eating. So we define a mission statement. We then define the title of the free lead magnet, and we get you to go off and write us those top 10 tips because you're the expert. And what you do is you put that together. We have it proofed. We make sure it makes total sense. It speaks to the target audience. And what we then do is we put it together into an actually nicely designed ebook, which I'm going to show you here. So this is one of our other clients, Josh. He's a peak performance coach. And what I mentioned with the mission statement a second ago. So Josh's mission statement is to help corporate professionals who want to reduce stress and increase success. So naturally, his free lead magnet is called Top 10 Tips for Busy Corporate Professionals Who Want to Reduce Stress and Increase Success. So you can see how little things like that, to you they might be obvious, but to the people that are sort of, they don't know who you are, they're seeing your stuff for the first time, they read, corporate professionals who want to reduce stress and increase success, has a ring to it. When they see something else that sounds exactly like that, they're going to know, hold on a minute, I've seen that somewhere. I know this guy. So we just try to keep everything as congruent as possible. That's why we named the ebook by pretty much the exact same words as your mission statement. So yeah, what we've done for Josh, he wrote up the ebook. He's very good at what he does. So he put the 10 tips together, no problem. We then took it, we copy edited it, bits like that. And we actually designed it around his branding, which we also designed, but I'm not going to walk you through every tiny little stage because, you know, this could take years. It's a 12-week program, so just the most important parts. But we designed his branding around how it needs to reflect who he is, who he wants to work with, and then we designed the ebook. We had a photo session done with him. We made sure everything is nice and congruent, that it speaks to his target audience. None of this is stock imagery. All of this is Josh. So when you see a picture of Josh here, you know, you might have not spoken to him. You just landed on the ebook, you downloaded it, but then when you actually go to speak to him, you already know what he looks like because you've read his book. So yeah, a lot of valuable and actionable tips in this ebook. And at the bottom, what we urge is to put a call to action button to take you to the next stage of the funnel. So the next stage of the funnel in this case is to book a discovery session with Josh. To, you know, because as soon as you read those, if you get past, you know, page 3, you're going to be interested in hearing more. So if it's for you, you're going to read the whole thing, you're going to find value in it. And if you think, you know, hold on, this guy can actually help me, you'll be interested in speaking to him further on a one-to-one basis. So what we do is we have a link here that takes the prospect to a calendar that we put together for you, which hooks up to your actual calendar, to your system, in order to, you know, speak further about how we can help, how you can help. So yeah, looking back at the funnel, I think in this case, there's an extra step. So we're just looking at a few different clients. In Gary's case, he has a free group as well, which he helps clients with general inquiries that they have. He keeps everything nice and congruent. It's, you know, the content he puts in there is a little bit more exclusive than the content he puts out on his actual profile, and that's why, you know, people want to join it. It's a bit more of a community feel, and again, sometimes we implement it as part of a funnel, sometimes we don't. There's different strategies around that. So if you think, like, you know, you could handle managing a group, it'd be nice to be, you know, a leader of a tribe, if that's something that you think would be good to your strategy, or if we think that'd be good, you know, vital for your strategy. Obviously, we're going to recommend it. We're going to implement it for you. But there's some cases where that's not a vital part of the strategy, and it's actually better to go to an online course route or something like that. But again, we know all that down within a 2-hour breakthrough session right at the start of the program. So yeah, in Josh's case, he goes right. People go right down to the ebook and they click that. I don't think any of this is live yet. That's why I'm blanking out some names here and things like that. But what I can show you is the calendar of one of our clients, Maria, for example. She is someone that we worked with, I think 2 months ago now. She's had quite a lot of success. She is a confidence coach, so she helps men with confidence essentially around London. So what we did for her is, again, we do this for every client. We make sure that you have a calendar that people can, you know, not log into, people can go in and register their name. So they can click an online discovery session. You can obviously set times somewhere else. Pick a date that works for you. Let's say that date works. You put your name in, you put your phone number or your email in, and that goes straight into Maria's calendar. And she knows that, you know, she's going to be providing you with some value on September 11th at, you know, 12 p.m. And that goes straight into Maria's calendar. And we make sure that everything's hooked up together and works, you know, smoothly, so that, you know, nothing's disjointed. You don't double book yourself, or you know, you don't have a dentist appointment at the same time that a call comes in or anything like that. So we make sure all that stuff's in place. Right, let's move on to the next thing. So we've got the ebook nailed down. We have to look at a sitemap. So another one, one of the most, you know, biggest parts of the system is the actual website. And we like to think of it as less as just a website, more of a customer journey, essentially, because we've seen coaches and trainers, consultants out there with websites that have 100 pages plus, and, you know, they think it's more value, therefore it's better, and it's, you know, giving out more information, therefore there's more points of contact. But that's untrue. We try to keep it as concise as possible, plainly because we want the website to be a journey. So we want the prospect of the lead to land on your website and see exactly this is what they need to read, and then we take them through from step A to B to C to D to the entire journey, and then ultimately to the end of the goal. So if you think of it as the funnel, essentially, we make sure they go in certain steps as opposed to sort of being all over the place, which is what often happens with these sort of big, massive websites that put out a lot of content out there, but nothing's really congruent. There's, you know, bits about one topic, but then there's bits about a, you know, completely different topic that has nothing to do with your key areas or anything like that. And instead of going from A to B to C to D, people end up going from A to M to N to O to H, and then just getting lost and leaving forever. So we try to avoid that as much as possible. We try to keep it as congruent, as concise, and to get people from A to B with as much value and as little time as possible. So in this case, we have a website with what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages essentially. What that does is, obviously we've got the homepage. When someone lands on the homepage, they're going to see bits and bobs from everything. So let me show you an example here. For example, Maria's should be here somewhere. There we go. So Maria's website on the homepage. We have what she does. We have her mission statement. So I help professional men build irresistible confidence and powerful relationships. If you want to find out more, that links exactly to this. So that links to her coaching page which describes how she helps professional men build irresistible confidence and powerful relationships. If you scroll down, you hear a little bit more about Maria. So who is Maria? Why is she a confidence coach? What brought her to be a confidence coach? What her journey was? And that takes you to read about Maria. Her life, how she became a confidence coach, what made her do it, and how is she now in a position to help other people. Then we have a little ebook snippet. So going back to the ebook, this is how you download it. So we put together a nice little graphic of the ebook. So to make, obviously they don't actually get it delivered in the post, but it just makes it that little bit more tangible. It feels a little bit more exclusive to have a nice little graphic of this is how the ebook looks like, as opposed to just a PDF document. People just feel nicer about having something that's specially designed and nice and congruent. You can see her branding is purple, the ebook's purple. Again, it has the same name as her mission statement. You can see a picture of her on the front, her logo, so everything's nice and tight. 2 ways to download the ebook. You can put your email in and it goes straight into your inbox, and your email goes straight into Maria's list. Then she can message you further down the line and ask you how you were, how you found the ebook, what your favorite points about the ebook were, if you'd like to speak further, just general make a conversation around that topic, because you're now, obviously you've said that you're interested in hearing about top 7 tips of irresistible confidence. Maria wants to find out how she can provide you more value. That's exactly what we'll be looking to implement, for prospective clients that want to be working with you. We want to make sure that the people that have shown interest via either messaging on Facebook or downloading your ebook, we want to make sure that we can contact them, or that you can contact them, and see how much more value you can give them. And the second option, which is something new that we're testing, but it's proved very, very effective, is sending the ebook directly to Messenger. I don't know if you've heard of Messenger bots recently, but they've been taking over sort of the digital marketing space over the past year or so now. With emails, obviously email is still one of the most effective digital marketing methods online, but it tends to be a method that people oversee potentially, and the open rates are getting a little bit lower further down the years we get. The more emails you get, the less you get open. But we still use it because it's still very, very effective. What's happening with Messenger bots these days actually is, how often do you go to sleep with having unread messages on your Messenger? I'm going to bet that there's probably not very many, or I can't go to sleep at all if there's one message unread on my Messenger. Whereas emails, I'll happily go to sleep for a week if I have 1,000 unread emails, because I know most of them are sort of not important from someone or whatnot. So that's why we tend to incorporate sending to Messenger, because people get it faster, people can interact with you. This actual system is faster, and it's a little bit more personal, because it comes, your profile picture comes up, it comes straight from Maria's page in this case. It's a little bit more personalized, and there's a lot we can do with it these days, because it's Facebook is being very open in how we use digital marketing techniques to actually propel sort of things like this. So we try to use it in as many strategies as we can, so that we can hit from both angles. Someone prefers to use email, they can do that. Someone prefers to get it through Messenger, they can do that. Cool. So let's go through the next stage. So the sitemap, there we go. We've gone through. Where are we? We're here, aren't we? Further down, Maria has a little blog preview, so she writes a lot of content in terms of long form. That's how she likes to give value. She does Facebook Lives in her groups and in her profile to get people into those groups. But she also likes to do long form content, so that's why she's got a blog incorporated into the website. Nice testimonials from the clients, and then sort of a Let's Connect page. We go back to a sitemap coaching. There we go. That's one of the most important pages. the coaching page. That's where you describe, and again, we get you to write this up, but we give you pointers on how to write it properly, how to make sure the sales copy reads well. We get a proof check by a proofreader anyway, so don't worry if there's any grammar mistakes or anything like that. We get a professional proof check. But we coach you through how to actually make sure everything speaks to the target market. It's not disjointed. It goes similarly as the website from point A to point B to C to D, all the way down to, reading from the start to the bottom. So in Maria's case, she starts out with the key points that, the pain points that her customers or potential customers are experiencing. She lists them out and then provides the answers to them, basically. So what is confidence coaching? How confidence coaching helped her? And then most importantly, what she's offering and how she can help you. So in this case, our main goal with this page is to get people to book a complimentary call. And when we click all those buttons that are scattered around the page, obviously it takes you through to that calendar that we looked at a second ago. You click the call, and obviously you've seen how that works. It registers to your account. There's plenty of things that we do with this in the background. So we take the account, we connect it to your Google Calendar. But again, if I showed you through all that, it would have to be here for weeks. But we make sure it all runs smoothly and it goes straight into your calendar. Let's leave that. We'll get in touch. Yep, we've gone through all that. Right, let's have a quick look at ManyChat. So ManyChat is something that powers the Messenger bot. So it's essentially it's like, if you've heard of digital marketing in terms of email, it's like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign. It builds up a list of people that enter the campaign, and then you can send them follow-ups every day, or you can send the odd campaign out when you prefer, things like that. So I'm not going to obviously show you the names in here or anything like that, but this is just how that roughly looks. If we go into one of the flows, sorry, where are we? Sequences. So in this case, we have an ebook download sequence, and we have it set so that when someone downloads the ebook, after day one, obviously they get the ebook. They get a message saying, hey, here's your ebook, hope you enjoy it. And then after one day, they get a quick follow-up message saying, how was the ebook? Did you find it useful? After 2 days, they get another follow-up message. After 3 days, they get a message with some more value. After 5 days, Maria invites them to the group, and then they click it and they can join it. After 5 days, Maria says that, there's some spaces open for a discovery call. Maybe you'd like to jump in and have a discovery call with me free of charge. And on 6 days, again, Maria says, it's been nice to have you sort of look through my ebook. If you'd like to look at it again, here's a link if you've lost it or anything like that. It just makes sure that everything's congruent and we're not losing them at any point. Right, so let's look at something else. Let's look at Facebook, for example. So obviously social media is a big part of the strategy. So we look at the Facebook and the Twitter and Instagram and LinkedIn in some strategies, and we do a whole overhaul. I promise you, Maria's profile did not look like this before we started working with her. It was all over the place. She didn't have a proper photo shoot done before we started working with her. The branding wasn't there because she didn't have any. The intro here, that's quite important because it's one of the first things that people read here. This is what people read, this is what people look at first. So the banner is something that obviously is quite a big part of the strategy because we have to make sure the branding is all congruent, and her mission statement is one of the first things people see. And the intro, it's got to be how you can help within, as soon as someone enters that page. And it's the same across LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram. So we actually design all of these banners to the branding after we get out of the branding stage. I can show you the social media covers here, actually. Here we go. So there again is Josh, if you remember him from the ebook. So again, Josh helps stress that professionals get clarity around who they are and create success for themselves. So yeah, we've got something that works exactly for him. So that's going to be at the top of his page. And again, it's going to be adjusted to be LinkedIn size and the Twitter size as well, so that it works across the board. The last little bit I want to show you is the actual system of the website. So that's how, on the last session that we have, is we actually train you on how everything works that we've just put together. So obviously we consult with you on things like how you want things done, how you like things, and things of that nature. But we need to know that you're happy with using everything and you know how to use it before we send you out. A big part of the program is actually training you on how to use all the systems. So we'll build the website system on the world's most powerful content management system, which is WordPress. WordPress, powers, I think, pretty much 30% of the entire internet now. So it's the most powerful content management system. And by content management system, I mean a website system that lets you manage content if you're not a programmer or a web developer or something like that. So you don't need to know any code or anything like that to be able to go in and add a new blog post or add a new video that you've just created or anything like that. It's all easy, intuitive, and even if you struggle, we're there to help. And one of the last sessions I had with you on the program is actually to train you on how to do all this stuff. So yeah, there's not that much to walk you through here. If we go into pages, for example, you can see all of the pages. I think this is Maria's site. You can see all of the pages that are created on her website. All of them work together. All of them are linked to the sequence and the ebook and the calendar and things of that nature. So this is essentially everything that we create. So let's go back to the funnel here, just to summarize everything. Social media is obviously at the top of everything in terms of the funnel. So it's where you start. It's how we coach you to talk to clients, to go out and prospect, to find people in certain groups and things of that nature. Free ebook is obviously the first point of contact we really need to sort of nail down, because it's the first part of the funnel that actually gets them to create an action, to read an ebook, and then to find value in that. So I don't think there's been a strategy that we put together without a free lead magnet, because it's so crucial. Giving people something for free to be able to see how much value you can give for free makes them think, if this guy or girl give me this much value for free, what are they going to give me if I pay them? So it's just instilling the value and the authority figure as yourself, sort of within clients and prospects. A free group obviously is something that we incorporate as part of many strategies as well. There are strategies where we incorporate actually paid groups, but they're more as a sort of an online course as opposed to just a group. So you have to pay a monthly price to be on the course with generally a group coaching program, so with other people, and there's just a lot more exclusive content in the paid Facebook group and things of that nature. But again, it depends on the strategy and how we're building out what you want to achieve. Discovery session, that's obviously the page that we looked at that shows how you can help, where you've been, how your story, and how you can help them, and just get them on the discovery call to have a personal chat with them. And obviously they do that via the calendar that we create, and put the slots all together so that it works with your calendar. And then one-to-one coaching is something that's oftentimes it's people go through the entire funnel. It can happen through months. If someone lingers about watching your social media content, then they download a free ebook, then they go into your free group, and then they have a call with you, and then finally they bite the bullet. And after they receive all the value, they go for the paid value, which is obviously the most that you can give. But there will be some people that will see some social media posts and they interact with it so much and they engage with it so much, they'll omit all of this and they'll go straight into a call and straight into a one-to-one coaching session with you. So it depends entirely on the prospect, how they take things. Some people like to be more thorough and get every single piece of free value that they can in order to then go into the last step, into the sort of success stage. But there'll be some people that will see a lot of value within you right from the start, from the content. And maybe it's the first email that they get from you that gets them and goes, I don't need any of this. I just want them on the paid one-to-one coaching because I know this person is right for me. So that's one of the main reasons we put together several stages. Because if we had just social media and an email sequence and then nothing else in between, we'd lose out a lot of people in between, because some people need to be warmed up a lot more in order to realize the actual value in the coaching program that costs some thousands of pounds per month. So yeah, the funnel is the first thing that we put together on our breakthrough session, so that we know where we stand, how we're positioning you. Then we get down to designing the branding, putting the website together, putting all the landing pages together, connecting everything together, making sure the sequences all go out at the same time, either side. We put the calendars together, and then we make sure that you're trained on it and you know what you're doing, really. So I hope I've explained things well. If there's any questions that you have, obviously you know where to find me. You can drop me a message wherever we were speaking prior to this, or drop me an email, whatever this is appearing on, whether I'm sending it to you as a direct message or whether you're finding this online somewhere. My contact information will be somewhere here. So don't worry about that. And yeah, if you have any further questions, just let me know. But I hope I've explained it well, and I hope I see you on the discovery call or we chat, soon in another way. Thank you.